Introduce yourself, Ava.
Hi, my name's Ava Pugmire.
Hi, Ava. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
How does it feel to be my first podcast interviewee?
I'm definitely a little nervous, but just gotta remember it's just a conversation.
Yes. It's just sitting with Paige at her house, huh?
Oh yeah, just all casual.
So, thanks to ChatGPT, this is your introduction.
Yes.
All right. I am so excited to introduce my next guest, my infamous Puggy. Ava, no. Ava. Oh man, I need to start that all over.
Restart.
And start.
Cut.
All right, here we go. I'm so excited to introduce my next guest, my infamous Puggy. Let me take you back a bit. Ava was one of 7 variations of Ava on her team freshman year. With that many versions of the same name, we obviously had to get creative with nicknames. And that's where Pug came in.
Yes.
I'm sure she slightly hates it, but let's be real.
I love it.
Ava fits you too, but you'll always be Pug to me. Ava has such a unique and inspiring story. I can't wait to dive into her experience here at Skyridge. She was one of only 3 freshman flyers in her class. Really hit the ground running with a strong start to her high school career. Today we're going to talk about the highs and lows of flying and what it really takes to push through at an elite level. Wow. See?
Wow.
Meh. Meh. I know this story is going to be so insightful for athletes, especially when it comes to confidence and mindset. If you've ever doubted yourself or faced a challenge that felt too big to overcome, this episode is definitely for you. So, you ready?
Yes.
Let's get started. Let's start at the beginning. When did you start tumbling with me?
I started tumbling with you, I think it was 8th grade. I started out doing private lessons with you, like at least once a week, I think, here. And then I joined a class in 9th grade, and then I broke my finger.
You broke your finger.
On handsprings.
A bunch of handsprings.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. You and Kaylin have broken your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Kylie hasn't broken anything. She has a mental block, though. That's been kind of rough for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was your background before? What did you do? Did you do any sports before cheer?
I did dance when I was like little for like a year, but then I stopped. Oh, I also did gymnastics too for a couple years when I was little, but then I stopped. And then I started back up tumbling again when I was in 5th grade at Tumble Tech, and then I also joined a stunt tech class too, but I was a base there. So I did those for like a couple years. And then I did the youth teams.
Which
7th.
What, 7th grade? So
I started out 7th grade.
At Skyridge.
At Skyridge, yes.
So who was your coach?
My coach was Chloe Bateman and Abby Tuckett. Yes.
What a year. What a year to start. Because I remember that one.
I know.
And then the next year you had Kirsten, right?
Yes. And then you were there every once in a while or something.
Because me and Kirsten were
Yes.
besties.
Yes.
So that's funny because I did choreography, but I didn't want to coach.
You didn't want to coach? Yeah.
And I don't remember why. Oh, I had Cedar, I think.
Yeah, I think you did. He was very,
Yeah, he was a baby. So I didn't want to have to tackle that. And
along with a new baby.
so
Yep.
it was great to have Kirsten do it because she did a good job.
Yeah, she did good. That was a good year.
And it was COVID.
I know.
We ended up not competing.
Competing, yeah. I remember that. But I remember we practiced to the end still.
And we did that video.
Finish. Yes, the video. I still watch that today, and it's so funny.
I watched it the other day with Kaylin, and she's such a little baby.
I know.
You all were babies.
I know. It's crazy.
It's
crazy how it's all changed.
Tell me about flying your freshman year. You started out super strong, and you hadn't flown before. I guess you flew in 9th grade.
In 9th grade, but obviously it's not as much like experience for high school.
Yeah, and then you jump in 2 feet.
I know.
Hit the ground running.
It's definitely, it was a lot harder than I thought. I didn't know what to expect going in, like at all. Like as a freshman, I didn't really know any of the older girls on the team. So, and I just never knew what it really took to be a flyer, really.
Right. Now, looking back, though, what would you tell yourself as a freshman that you know now?
Probably, I wish I would have trusted myself sooner. Like, I had zero confidence like that whole year, at least when I got put on my other group first, and I knew like I was just going through stuff, and I just couldn't figure it out for myself.
We don't have a lot of time to like cultivate and create an environment where flyers can just build up to certain skills.
Exactly.
Like, we expect you to
lot.
be able to figure out your body, and I think now we're a lot more compassionate.
Yeah.
You know, because
because
we've watched you, we watched Kylie, we watched Kaylin also go through the same struggles, you know, at different levels, different times. And we realize that what we ask, the expectation level, especially on varsity at those elite skills, is a lot to ask.
It is.
For a 13-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you haven't had, like, if you have little to no experience beforehand.
Yep.
It's definitely, like, a big jump. And you just have to figure it out.
And, like, having never done any of those skills and just being like, yeah, go
like,
do
do
it.
this. Like, okay, this is how you do it. No, go try.
And it's like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could stand on my one leg on the ground right now.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
let's try spinning and standing on it.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
It isn't.
So moving from varsity to JV was definitely a confidence killer.
Yes.
But do you feel like being on JV, were you able to kind of let the pressure off and just kind of grow there?
I honestly felt like that was the better decision for me because I felt like I gained like pretty good confidence by the end of the year before nationals, and I remember like feeling so good about the routine and that like I know I did my best. I went out and hit and everything, and it was great. I just felt so confident, and so I think that honestly was the best decision for me.
That was a good answer. Good job.
Thanks.
No, I hope like these are the kind of conversations and like things that I want out of this, because I know we've hurt a lot of kids through our decision process.
Like people making the team?
Yes.
Or just
like you moving from varsity to JV. I know that hurt you.
Yeah.
And I know it was hard. I know it was very hard. Right? And that is not why we do it.
Don't cry.
No. So it's not why we do it, but we try to do and make these decisions where we can help build you up.
Exactly.
With taking off the pressure in some senses, or putting you on a team where you can be utilized and just feel fulfilled.
Exactly. I definitely was nervous for sure on varsity, and then I felt like this was the level I should have been at, and I felt like I like learned and I grew from being on there.
Right. And look at where and how far you've come.
Exactly.
You were able to build your flying blocks and be able to build upon that foundation and make the correct steps at certain levels instead of just
jumping. Yeah. So I think that was a good fit for me.
Yeah, I think it was great. Your sophomore year, what was your favorite thing about sophomore year?
Definitely winning state.
Oh, yes.
I think that was just, it was just like it was such like a high. Like,
it was a good year.
It was so fun. And like riding the bus home and getting like escorted by the police and then walking into the basketball game and everyone was like cheering for us because there was like a basketball game going on, and it was just so fun.
And we did get recognized right then, right there.
Yeah. And then we won state for football too, which was fun. So that was like 2 state championships. And yeah, the team was great. It was so fun.
Who'd you fly on that year?
I ended up flying on Eden, Aurora, and Lexi. And we did good. We worked good. Yeah. When we had like full ups on JV too, which was like
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
Awesome. You guys, I remember Abby just loved having you guys. You were so used and utilized there, like highlighted and felt needed and wanted.
Yeah. And I felt like I like learned a lot from being on that group too, and still being on JV. Like,
yeah, you were pushed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Man, I forgot about that.
I know.
Sheesh. Okay.
Goes by fast.
It does go by fast. What about your junior year?
Junior year, it was the first year I got to cheer in varsity.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a jump still.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I know. Welcome back. I still wasn't as confident, I would say. Like, I definitely built up a lot more confidence from freshman year, but I still feel like I was still just battling, like, my
Self-confidence.
yeah, exactly. And there would just be little things, and it was a lot different from JV. Expectations were a lot higher, which is good because it pushed me more. Mm-hmm. And I definitely learned a lot that year.
By the end of it, I feel like you were able to kind of shed a skin, and the one underneath was a lot thicker.
Yeah.
You were able to take corrections.
Exactly.
And not let it get to you.
I sometimes was so sensitive, and I just should have just...
Well, we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
You know, like it's hard when we feel like we're always getting corrected and always, you know.
And there's like always something to fix and like.
Yeah. And guess what? That's life.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
It's never going to be perfect. And I don't know if there are coaches out there that wouldn't want more from their kids each time they go.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
you guys want to push us to be the best that we can be, which is very good.
It's not an easy thing, but it is worth it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
All right. You want to move on to your senior year?
Yes.
You have a killer stunt group. Yeah. And I feel like you've just
I love them.
Grown in confidence, and I know we still have struggles, but it's been a really good
definitely
year.
Yeah, senior year, it's been amazing. I feel like my confidence has been at its highest it's ever been all 4 years, and my stunt group, we're so good. I love them so much, and I think we work super well together. Mm-hmm. And I've been with Eden for 3 out of my 4 years, and I just think we've done really well together too.
Yeah.
And it's just been amazing.
Yeah, Eden's a really good bass.
She's so good. I don't know what I would do without her. She's like always just used to my ankles because they're so wobbly, and then everyone else who like tries to stop me for the first time is like, "Whoa, your ankles!" But Eden's just like, she's used to it now. But I feel bad.
She's like your true brace.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for her.
That's awesome. And Brighton is, I feel like
he's came a long way.
He has,
because he got thrown into back spotting my junior year, and we were in a group, but he was still getting the hang of it, and I think he's improved a lot.
He has.
He's done really good.
He's got a lot of reach now.
Oh yeah, he's grown a lot too.
Yeah,
he's not such a baby anymore.
Danny and Brighton stunted together with Kylie.
I forgot.
Yeah.
And who was their back spot?
Olivia.
That's right.
Yeah. At the end of it all, looking back, what do you want younger cheerleaders to know about being a flyer in the sport?
I would just say go in with a good attitude, a lot of confidence, have thick skin, and just be ready to work, because it's not as easy as you think. Like, people are just like, oh, you're the flyer, you just get lifted. It's like easy. It's not that easy. Like, I feel like the flyers honestly get more blame than the rest of the group, because that's what everyone's looking at mainly. And it's not as easy always. There's always something. There's always just little things, but I would just say enjoy it for sure, because it goes by fast. You might not fly all 4 years either. Things can just change like that. So
positions change
all the time,
and you grow. And that's another thing. I know it's not easy, because when I was a flyer, the amount of pressure to be small
is like crazy.
And to be tiny, and all of the things that you're described to be, it becomes a weight in itself.
Exactly.
And it's not a healthy weight, especially for some.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about how small you are. It's about how you hold yourself. And I know that every single one of you that goes in the air and is flying feels heavy or
Exactly.
has moments of weakness and thinking that it's always you and what you are.
For sure. I've definitely been there.
It's one of those things that I definitely want to talk about because it's not about weight. It's
Right.
not about how tall you are. It's about how safely you can fly and if it's good for you and if it's not good for you, right?
Right. 100%.
And, you know, we know that that's a struggle and that is something that, you know, it's a very real thing.
Oh, for sure.
Even small comments from bases and back
yeah,
spots.
or if they're like, oh, when they like catch you, it just
it's hard to hear sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, guess what? I'm glad they caught me.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like my group has done really good, and like they've always been uplifting to me, which I really appreciate. And I'm super grateful for all them, because even when I'm having like my days and I'm like just out of it and I'm just like chucking and whatever, I feel like they're still like, it's okay, like just take a couple deep breaths, like it's okay, like we're amazing and like everything. They still just they still just love me even if I'm not
right. And that's how
doing what I'm supposed to do.
Well, we can't always do it.
Yeah. And then another thing I wanted to say about like being a flyer is that your spot's never guaranteed. Like I said, like things can change in an instant, and so you just got to work like your hardest from the very beginning, because you never know, like things could switch, and you don't want to just put in half effort and then you know when you know you could put in more and then things change and it's just like, well, you know,
you had your shot and then you could lose it.
Exactly. It's never like it's never a guaranteed spot.
No.
So you need to work your hardest always.
And another thing to think about is there are many kids who try out who would love to have a
be
spot
in that
on a
spot.
team.
Exactly. So if you're not working your hardest, it's just like, well, if you think about it, there's so many other kids that would just want to be in your spot, so you need to enjoy it and like
Work
just
for it.
always work. Yeah, always work for it and do your best.
Yeah. And don't get in your own way, because I feel like half of it is your own battle.
Yep. For me, that's what it's been when I've had one. Just confidence, believing in myself. I've struggled with that.
Yeah. Well, look at you.
I know. I feel like I've improved so much.
Well, and like life lesson, how will you use this experience and what you've learned the last 4 years as a flyer throughout the rest of your life? You know?
Yeah.
You have to trust yourself.
Exactly.
You have to believe that you have what it takes.
I think cheers definitely taught me so many life lessons, and how to like work with a team and like compromise and just hard work. It's just taught me a lot. So I'll definitely carry that on through the rest of my life.
That was so good. Good job.
Thanks.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about those beginning parts?
I don't know, I guess. I felt like I've gotten close with a ton of the girls this year, like a lot. And it's a lot of the underclassmen too, and it's going to be hard to leave them, but
That's what's fun about being a senior, is you get to kind of leave your mark on the younger ones.
Exactly, and just showing them like it's at the foundation for next year.
Yeah, totally. I love that. I feel like as a senior, whether you're in leadership or not, being an upperclassman carries a weight, especially for the younger kids.
For sure. They all look up to you. So you want to set a good example for the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay. So you ready to talk about your friends? Senior class.
Yes. Senior class.
It's kind of gone from quite a few of you to just 4.
Just 4. I know. My sophomore year, there was 8, but it's hard to just trickle down as the years.
Next year we'll have around 14.
That's crazy. That's so much.
It's a big class.
That's
like gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of the team.
Yeah,
that is gonna be very hard.
My best bases.
I know.
Goners.
All of them.
That one hurts.
Let's just not think about that right now.
Let's not borrow tomorrow's problems.
Yeah, exactly. We got this.
All right. Okay, so tell me about Kylie.
Kylie.
Yes, Kylie.
I've known her from just since I did the 7th grade team, youth cheer, And we didn't start becoming like close friends until like freshman year. No, it was 8th grade, but it was like the last half. So we weren't in cheer, but then we both made the high school team, and cheers brought us together. Like we've become so close from being on the team, and I love her to death. I don't know, we get along so well, and I just enjoy having her as like a best friend.
Yeah.
She's always so kind to me and uplifting, and she's always there for me when I need it. And yeah.
What about Kaylin?
She's such a great leader for this team. Like, she's been such a great captain. She's always making people feel included. She always is giving 110%. She always is just working her hardest. She's never letting off the gas for anything. She's such a good friend to everyone and is always making sure that everybody's okay and like checking up on them. She's been really good about that for me too. Even when I've been struggling at one point, and she was there for me like the whole time, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah. She's a good shoulder to lean on.
Oh yeah. She really cares about everybody. And that's amazing, and I'm super grateful for that.
That's awesome. Okay. And Lexi. I can't believe this is my list. There's just
I
three
know,
of
just
you.
3. This is weird. Because
Yeah.
the past years, it's just been so long.
Yeah.
Lexi she's always been so kind to me. She's so sweet, and she's super uplifting. She's a very hard worker, and she's very encouraging to everybody too, and she's super nice, and I enjoy being on the team with her. She's a great captain too. And
She was your back spot.
yeah, she's
a
my
little
back
bit.
spot sophomore year.
Yeah.
And we did really good together. We
That's
got
awesome.
full ups, so
Sweet.
I know. We were a good group.
We got 4 more. You ready?
Okay.
What are your favorite things about Abby?
Abby is also super encouraging to me. I feel like she's always just believed in me. I feel like she makes you feel like you're a part of this team, like that nobody's not included, and she's just always uplifting. She's super funny, and I just love her. She's been great as a coach, and I've loved having her. And being on Spirit for 2 years, she was a great coach too, and was always just encouraging and just got you to do your best and loved you no matter what.
Yeah, she does.
I'm really going to miss her.
Yes.
I feel like I have to be terrible at this. I
No.
feel like I'm yeah.
It's not easy.
I'm sorry. I just am getting anxiety sometimes.
Well, and your ticks come out.
I
It's
know,
funny.
I'm like-
There's been a few of the times where you're like clicking your phone.
I keep doing
Stop it.
this. Sorry, I
It'll
don't
be
even
interesting
realize
to
I'm
see if
doing
we can hear it. That'll be fine. That's fine. It was her phone. It's her phone. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, we're fine. What about Zach?
Zach, I think he puts so much time and effort into this team, like we don't even see. And I feel like we don't appreciate it enough. Like, our team runs super smoothly, like, because of him and all the behind the scenes things he does. And he just keeps everything just organized. And he's great with technology.
Yeah.
The signs this year,
Yeah.
never
So
seen anything
cool.
like it. Never seen any other team with something as cool as we have.
I know, and I've never seen him sweat more than
Yeah.
when we have to do the
When
signs.
we do the
He's like,
signs.
We're
He's
doing
like,
crowd leader.
Yes, like, these better work. Like, and he
Yeah.
put so much time and effort into those too. Like, that had to take like so long.
Oh yeah, he learned a new skill. He learned how to solder wires.
That's crazy.
For electricity. I'm like, oh man,
Like, how?
what would we do without you, Zach?
What would we do without him? And I feel like when he does pop in at like the end of practice, I feel like he's like super positive and uplifting, and like tells everyone good job, even though he's not like there to see majority of the like practice and how it went. But he's very good about that.
He's involved,
He's involved for sure.
and we love you. He's great.
We love you, Zach.
Love you, Zach. Okay. What about Gina?
I would say she's always super good about keeping us on task and pushing us, making sure we're always doing what we're supposed to do. I think she's also done great choreographing our routines and putting a lot of effort into them as well. And yeah, she works super hard, and she pushes us to be our bests always.
I know it's always awkward to talk about me while I'm sitting here.
Paige.
What do you have to say about me?
I would, first thing, you're always just so fun. Like, I feel like you always, like, what's the word? You take the pressure away at practice, not in like a bad way, but like I feel like you make things more you make things more lighthearted, and it's always better. You're always smiling, and you're always having a good time and everything. It's so funny, and I can just always hear your laugh from miles away. I'm like, oh, this Paige. What's she laughing about now? It's so funny. I love it. Yeah. You also put so much time and like dedication into our routines. Like even when we're stretching, you're always like doing motions or just practicing something to change or like add. You're just always working 24/7, and with tumbling, like you're never stopping, and you're a mom.
It's what I love to do.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Here I am starting a podcast about cheerleading too.
Yeah.
So
you also, I would say, you care so deeply about everyone and like their feelings, and make sure that like everybody's doing good, and you always check up on everybody, and you have for me, and I really appreciate that.
I love you, Ava.
Love you, Paige.
This has been so good.
I hope this is good. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm gonna look back and I'm like, what was I saying?
No,
like,
I think you'll look back and you'll be proud of yourself.
I know. I haven't done anything like this, I would say, before.
No, I think you've done a really good job. And watching you the past 4 years has been so great. I know it hasn't been easy, but this is what I want to do, and I want to see this kind of growth. You know?
100%.
This is why we do what we do. It's worth it.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my experience and for you as my coach too.
It's been so fun.
Great. It's gonna be so weird to like be done. Like I feel like I just have this thing in me like, oh, just like the same like schedule each year, because it's been the past 4 years, so I'm just like used to it. I'm like, oh, gonna have.
What are you gonna do when it's over?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be so weird, and then seeing like all my other friends that are still gonna be on the team, and they're just like, oh, I got practice today, sorry I can't hang out or something. Or like I've got a game. It's like, wait, I'm not gonna be there. Like I'm gonna get FOMO.
No, that's funny, because I don't think I've ever not had games.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it would be weird.
It's not real.
Yeah.
It hasn't hit me yet either. Like
it doesn't have to hit you yet.
I know. Got
a couple more
we
weeks.
Still have a couple weeks. We haven't been to nationals yet. Oh, I'm so excited.
It'll be really fun.
I'm so happy.
Well, Ava, I am proud of you. This was awesome.
Thank you.
And I think you'll look back and be like, this is the best thing I've ever done. Okay.
I know. I'm proud of myself.
Good. You were eloquent and great. So
thanks.
Good job.
Thank you.
Love it. Oh, and go fight, win.
Go fight, win.